Okay, so you won't believe what's been going down with the royals. It's way juicier than anything you see on The Crown. And I'm not even kidding. We're talking about potential exile, hidden jewels, and enough palace intrigue to make Machiavelli blush. Basically, the word on the street, or, well, the word echoing through the gilded hallways of Buckingham Palace, is that Camilla might be in some serious hot water. Like sent to the remote countryside and never heard from again hot water. And it all revolves around Princess Diana's jewels. Apparently, she's been caught red-handed with them. Illegally, of course. Now, I know what you're thinking, Camilla. Stealing jewels? It sounds like something out of a soap opera. But trust me, the evidence is stacking up, and it's not looking good for the Queen Consort. It all started with these whispers, these little rumors that were flying around the palace. Camilla was disappearing for days at a time, supposedly for health reasons. Right. As if anyone actually buys that. I mean, come on, this is the royal family. Everything is coded. And these disappearances? They were definitely saying something. Then Princess Anne, who is basically the monarchy's Iron Lady, started getting suspicious. Anne doesn't miss a thing, and she picked up on these little clues. Late-night phone calls, secret meetings, the whole shebang. She even told one of her aides point blank that Camilla was hiding something and she was gonna find out what it was. You know, Anne, she's not messing around. And that's when things really started to unravel. King Charles, bless his heart, was initially in denial. He's always been fiercely loyal to Camilla, especially after all the crap they went through together. He saw her as his rock, the one person who understood him. But even his loyalty couldn't withstand what he found. He discovered a hidden file tucked away in his desk drawer. Inside, photos of Camilla with some shady businessman named Edward Langley. And these weren't just innocent lunch dates. These were cozy photos, suggestive even, like way too close for comfort. But here's the kicker. Langley isn't just some random dude. He's got a history of shady dealings, connections to questionable figures. So this wasn't just a potential affair, it was a potential security risk, a threat to the entire monarchy. Charles was understandably freaked out. The guy's probably thinking, what the hell have I done? Now, Catherine, Princess of Wales, she's no fool either. She noticed something else suspicious. Laura Parker Bowles, Camilla's daughter, wearing these gorgeous pearl and sapphire earrings at a fancy dinner. And here's the bombshell. Those earrings belong to Princess Diana. They were part of her personal collection, locked away in the royal vault. Catherine, being the meticulous woman she is, launched her own investigation. She got a trusted member of palace security to pull the vault records. And guess what? Camilla had snuck into the vault weeks earlier using an old access code. No witnesses, no official record, and when they checked the inventory, those earrings and an emerald necklace were gone. Catherine wasted no time. She marched straight into Charles's office with the evidence. And that's when the dam finally broke. Charles, seeing the proof laid out before him, was devastated. Diana's jewels, the mother of his heirs adorning Camilla's daughter, it was a slap in the face, a betrayal of everything he held sacred. He knew then that he had to act, not as a wounded husband, but as a king. So Charles basically calls this secret family meeting, right? It's like a royal version of Succession, but with way more teacups and passive-aggressive glares. And of course is leading the charge, practically spitting fire about how Camilla hasn't just betrayed Charles, but the whole freaking family. She's all about protecting the monarchy, Diana's memory, the whole 9 yards. She's not playing around. Catherine's there too, super composed as always, but you know she's seething. She lays out all her evidence, the vault records, the photos of Laura and Tom flaunting Diana's jewels. She's got it all airtight. It's clear this wasn't some innocent mistake. Camilla knew exactly what she was doing. William, poor guy, he's just gutted. He's staring at the picture of his cousin wearing his mom's earrings, and you can just see the pain in his eyes. He finally speaks, and it's like the gavel dropping. This cannot be undone. Done. Even the security advisor, Sir Edward Harrington, is like, okay, this is a major security risk. We need to act now. He's probably thinking this is way above his pay grade. Charles, he's just defeated. He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks, and he probably hasn't. He finally says, Camilla will be removed from all official duties. Her privileges are revoked. Boom, it's done. The whole thing is so cold, so formal, no screaming, no histrionics, just a quiet, devastating decision. And that's it. Camilla gets a letter, basically a royal Dear John letter telling her she's screwed. The palace becomes her prison. Her security detail gets switched out, her staff vanishes, and she can't get into half the rooms anymore. She's a ghost in her own castle. She tries to play it cool in public, smiles and waves, but everyone can see she's just going through the motions. The tabloids are all over it, of course, whispering about her health and her absences. They don't know the half of it. Camilla is pissed, obviously. She's not just going to take this lying down. She starts plotting her revenge, writing desperate letters to Charles, trying to get her kids to help her, but no one's answering her calls. Her old friends in high society are suddenly busy. She's been completely iced out. Meanwhile, back at the palace, things are starting to settle down. Catherine and William are stepping up, being the rock stars they are. Charles is still around, but he's a shell of his former self. He can't even bring himself to say Camilla's name. Then comes the final blow. Camilla gets kicked out of Buckingham Palace. She's banished to Raymil House, her old country home. But it's not a home anymore, it's an exile. She's got no staff, no royal guards, not even her kids are visiting. She's all alone. Camilla's sitting there looking out at the rain-soaked garden, realizing she's been completely erased. Back at the palace, Catherine and William are busy reorganizing, getting ready for the future. They're like, okay, damage control time. Charles is just sad. He's lost his wife and he's had to sacrifice her to save the monarchy. It's brutal. Camilla's at Raymil House, looking at old photos of her and Charles, remembering the good times. But now they just remind her of everything she's lost. She starts writing letters to Charles, begging for forgiveness, but she never sends them. She knows it's too late. She's bitter, she's angry, and she's all alone. She's clutching that pearl necklace Charles gave her, the one that used to mean love, but now just feels cold. She's wondering if she'll ever get her life back, or if she's destined to be a forgotten footnote in royal history. Catherine and William are busy steering the ship, but Camilla's out there in Wiltshire plotting her comeback, or maybe just plotting her revenge. Who knows? This thing ain't over yet. Okay, so things get really weird after Camilla's basically yeeted out of the palace. Raymil House isn't just some quiet retreat. It's like her personal Alcatraz. And let me tell you, she's not handling it well. Word starts leaking out, not officially mind you, but through the usual palace grapevine. Camilla's holed up, chain-smoking, and apparently getting plastered on gin every night. She's obsessed with getting back at Charles, and she's convinced everyone's turned against her. Which, let's be honest, they kind of have. But here's the thing, Camilla's not stupid. She knows she can't win a straight-up fight with the monarchy. They've got centuries of experience crushing people, so she starts thinking outside the box. And that's when Edward Langley comes back into the picture. Remember him? The shady businessman from the photos? Turns out Camilla and Langley have a history that goes way back. Like, before Charles even. He's not just some fling, he's a confidant, a fixer, someone who knows all her secrets. And Camilla's got a lot of secrets. So she starts reaching out to Langley. Secret phone calls, coded messages, the whole spy movie routine. And what are they plotting? Well, that's where things get really interesting. See, Camilla knows where all the bodies are buried. She knows about the royal family's dirty laundry, the scandals they've tried to cover up, the compromises they've made to stay in power. And she's ready to spill it all. Langley, being the connected guy he is, starts shopping around Camilla's stories to the tabloids. Not directly, of course. He's got layers of intermediaries to keep things deniable, but the message is clear. Camilla's ready to burn the whole thing down, and the tabloids, they're salivating. They've been waiting for this kind of dirt for years. They start digging, confirming Camilla's stories, finding new sources, and getting ready to unleash a tidal wave of scandal. Meanwhile, back at Buckingham Palace, things are getting tense again. Charles is starting to realize that kicking Camilla out wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning. He's getting reports of leaks, of rumors swirling in the press, of investigations into the royal family's past, and he knows exactly who's behind it. He's furious, of course. But he's also scared, because if Camilla really does unleash everything she knows, it could bring the whole monarchy crashing down. We're talking about abdication-level scandal here, so Charles does what he always does. He turns to Catherine and William. They're the future of the monarchy, and they're the only ones who can save it now. Catherine, being the strategic genius she is, comes up with a plan. They can't stop the stories from coming out, but they can control the narrative. They can get ahead of the scandal, admit to some of the lesser offenses, and try to paint Camilla as a bitter, vengeful ex. It's a risky move, but it's their only chance. So they start leaking their own stories to friendly journalists, trying to spin the narrative in their favor. It's a full-blown PR war, with the future of the monarchy hanging in the balance. And William? He's just pissed. He's tired of all the drama, the lies, the secrets. He wants to protect his family, his wife, his kids. And he's starting to think that the only way to do that is to cut Camilla off completely, permanently. I'm hearing whispers that William is considering some pretty drastic measures to silence Camilla. I'm not talking about anything illegal, of course, but let's just say he's exploring all his options, so that's where we're at. Camilla's out for revenge, Charles is desperate to protect the monarchy, Catherine's playing chess with the media, and William's ready to go to war. It's like a Shakespearean tragedy, but with better clothes and more palace intrigue. And it's only going to get worse before